Hello everyone, this is Ellie and I will stop counting already how many videos it's been because I truly do not remember, so whatever. The topic from today will be perfectionism. What some news for there, right? And this is to something that happened to me this past week and uh, as you have noticed, this channel started with me trying to get face to face with this fear of mine about not being perfect, right? So it just happened that this past weekend I went for some drinks with some friends. Just one of them is actually my friend. The other ones are just people I know. I wouldn't call them my friends, but I know them, most of them at least. And what happened is that we were going to have some buffalo wings and a couple of shots, and that will be it, right? Pretty normal uh, daybreak to young people. But what happened is that one of the guys who went with us uh, went there with a woman none of us knew. She was pretty, beyond you, I can tell you, really, really beautiful. And she seems like a pretty nice person. She was polite and everything at the beginning. And that's the thing about this. It's just that when this I will give her an artistic name. It will be Kate. Let's call her Kate. Well, this Kate is a pretty nice girl who introduced herself to us as an Instagram model, and we were like, wow, this is the first time we actually meet face to face with an Instagram model. And the experience was at the beginning pretty nice because we had a lot of questions about it, like how is your life, how are your finances going about it, and she was pretty open, so no one bothered. Oh, I broke my ring. Well, that happened. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So we were excited about her because none of us ever made an Instagram model before. And we made a lot of questions, and she was pretty excited about talking about her profession. And well, she of course was wearing pretty ostentatious clothing. Here where I live, we live in a pretty, it's not rural, but it's closer to rural than to a big city actually. So seeing someone dressed up in all of that was pretty, well, it called attention, right? But beyond that, she was nice. So we began eventually the conversation, like when all our doubts were clarified about her profession as an Instagram model. We decided, like, when a conversation starts evolving and advancing, conversations start to get away from her to other people around. And the precise moment the attention stopped being hers, her attitude changed completely, like if she were a completely another person altogether, because she, like, her facial expressions were hostile. Like if another of us, especially women, if another of us was talking, she will start to make faces. Like at the beginning it will be pretty, like you wouldn't notice if you didn't actually look at her face directly. But when one of my friends start talking, she immediately changed her facial expressions from a pretty smiley face and all of it to a dull face. Like I do not even know how to do it to convey it to you, but I think you can imagine. But I did notice, and I think my friend, my actual friend, also noticed because when she started to make those faces, we turned to look at each other and we were like, "Are you seeing this?" And he was like, "Yeah." But well, I thought maybe it's something you may expect for someone who is used to have all of the attention towards them. But then the longer the conversation advanced, the longer she became like hostile, I will say. Like this Kate will start saying mean things, mean comments actually, like what actually happened. I don't want to say too much about it, like not don't want to give too much detail because I am afraid that these people might realize that I am talking about them, and I don't know how that will go. But let's say this girl say like, oh, I just cut my hair and blah blah, I like it so pretty, and I am so happy for having this new haircut and stuff. And suddenly Kate will go like, yeah, you look pretty, but your face is not made for that kind of haircut because it makes you look bigger than you actually are. Those kind of comments that you don't actually can say if they are hostile or they are actually trying to compliment you. But I think her intentions were pretty hostile. Well, we let that go because our friend, the one who invited her, was pretty excited to have this woman near him, right? Because of everything she represents. And well, we wings arrived, drinks arrived, and we keep going with the conversations. And once the alcohol start flowing, things started to settle down. Everything started to be more fun. There were more jokes and everything. But in all of this, all the attention started going away from her. So when we were animated, we started to, hey, let's take some pictures together to remember the occasion. And we were, yeah, right. And this woman, this Kate, said like, I want pictures too. In fact, I want them to post them in my Instagram account, so you can see them and everyone can see them. And we were, oh, awesome! You're going to invite us to be in your Instagram? Yeah, it was. The idea was pretty exciting for most of us, and didn't even have the chance to get so much exposure and to be with this lady that was, it's not a major model. I am going to tell, I don't remember how many followers she said she had, but it was a pretty good number, but it wasn't like a major thing either. But it was good for her, and we were like happy for her, and we were like, yeah, let's take the picture. The moment the pictures start flowing, things went completely out of hand because she couldn't see a hair out of place. Like, it was not longer about her alone. It All of us had to look perfect in each picture. And the worst thing, I think that at the end of the day, she only posted one of the, I don't know, I don't want to sound like an exaggeration, but I actually believe we took more than 100 pictures, or around 100 pictures. It was, I think it took us a whole hour to take pictures alone. And I was like, oh, well, this dinner is turning into a photo session or what? Because it was not longer just about how she looked. Everything at the table, everything about us, everything had to be. There was a pretty amazing picture that she did not like because a waitress was passing behind us, and she was like, no, I don't like that. We need another. And well, at the end of the day, it wasn't a good night. At 9 o'clock, I was already like, you know what? I want to go home. I am not enjoying myself. Everything is about this Kate taking pictures about her and trying to project. I don't know. I really do not understand how a hangout turned into a photograph session. You know what I mean? And well, I told my friend that I had to do exercise pretty early in the morning, and that I have work, and I better leave early. So I said my goodbyes. But that same night, as I arrived home, I started thinking, like, I was mad at her for her behavior. Like, it was so out of place. But then I start thinking about how obsessed she must be with the illusion she projects in social media, that she just can't stand a hair being out of place. And then I thought about myself, about my own ideas, my own fears, my own behaviors, which have become better in recent years. But maybe 5 years ago, if I were in her position, I would behave exactly the same because of the pressure someone can feel about projecting a perfect life, a perfect everything, even friends, because we didn't even really knew her, but she wanted, sorry, she wanted to project that everything about her, around her, I mean, was perfect, which was like, it's not like you see her Instagram pictures. Well, the one she actually post, and oh my god, sorry, the one she actually post, and it really doesn't look like the place I was that night. I almost cannot recognize the place in that picture than what I saw being there. So yeah, what got me thinking is that the goal of projecting perfection can actually drive you insane, to say the least. I don't think this woman is a mad woman or an evil woman or someone who can kill someone for not being for not making things her way, but I saw genuine anger for her for things not getting her way and for not projecting what she intended. And I think we all of us, can get to that if we are not careful. Because being a prey of expectations, especially in social media, it's it's easy beyond I can tell you, because we as human beings need to feel safe in a group. And when you are in the major spotlight, when you have tons of eyes on you that claim to love you, but to one day to the next can actually project all hatred to you because you lost the illusion you project to them. It's actually something to be feared. Like, it's natural. I understand her. I get where her behavior came from. So what I want you to know through this story is that if you don't take the ideas of perfection out of your face and out of your reality, in the sense that when you see an Instagram model and you as you see the pictures, you think that's her whole life. That's not true. It's not like that. I promise you, it's not. That's one part of it. The other is that you should not allow yourself to fall into that. I was doing that some years ago and it was driving me insane. I was losing it for my ideas of what will people think of me if I do this or that, and what will they do to me if they do not like me. I think that's the main fear about it. But oh well, I actually hope everything goes fine for her. I don't really want to fall into that ever. So with this story, I want you to reflect about it and to think which behaviors of you can be falling into this, especially in social media, which is so easy to drag you there. And well, I think to this video wasn't so stumbled like others, like not so much word tripping. I think I got to the idea pretty fast. Maybe not as much as I would have liked, but still, it's getting better. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will keep going into this project. and see you soon. Thank you.